A very warm and happy afternoon to everyone present here. As a part of a continuing session, today we have our esteemed guest, Dr. Rahul Agarwal sir. Dr. Rahul sir brings with him over 2 decades of experience in training and coaching, and he has worked with organizations requiring cultural change, organizational effectiveness, and high level of innovative employee engagement expertise, including governmental department rebuilding. He always stresses that it takes both managerial and team growth, out of box thinking, and passion with direction for companies to realize their vision. He is a certified coach and an organization behavior expert. He holds a doctoral degree and has done extensive research in the area of organizational effectiveness, innovation, and impact of technology on employees, employee engagement, and retention. His other interest areas are in innovation as a way for organizational building and managerial change. Rahul sir has been recognized throughout his professional career, from Employee of the Year award to being selected for Senior Leader Mentorship Program. He has displayed tenacity, positive attitude, and a passion to learn. He has rolled out high impact workshops and trainings in organizations. His clients include organizations in multiple sectors such as banking, information technology, e-commerce, metals, and education. Rahul sir, in his leisure times, loves to immerse in painting, sketching, and gardening. Now, I would like to request respected Principal, Dr. Commerce and Arts College, Dr. Neelkamal Purohit sir, to present a sampling to Dr. Rahul Agarwal sir. Thank you so much, sir. We are looking forward to having a very knowledgeable session with you today. Please enlighten us with your knowledge and wisdom.
Okay, take 2. Okay, hello there once again. I'm Rahul. I'm from MIT University. I'm an assistant professor for HR, strategy, marketing. Research area is emotional labor, basically. How do we, these are jargons. But today we are here for, this session basically is for etiquettes. How do we present ourselves? So we'll be learning what etiquette is. How does that matter? What kind of different etiquettes we should follow? As one of our friend, what's your name? Sahil told us that we need to be able to present ourselves, more effectively. There are different dimensions to it, but today we are going to focus majorly on social etiquettes, telephone etiquettes, email etiquettes, because that's something that we encounter every single day, whether we are in our personal life or professional life. So that goes a little deeper. And once you get a hang of it, I'm sure you would all go back and read about what are the generally accepted etiquette ideas. Okay, so let's start. Yeah. Can we switch off this light here? Thank you.
This one for pointing.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one for next.
Next.
For your previous.
Thank you. Can we move that screen from there? Okay. Quiz. What is one annoying thing, bad thing that you have encountered? You need to take that call. Is that allowed? Okay. Your call. Okay, let's get back to our business. What is one annoying thing? I mean, हर रोज हम बहुत सारे लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, है ना? दोस्तों से करते हैं, फैमिली मेंबर से करते हैं, रिलेटिव से करते हैं, रोड पे जाते हैं तो बहुत सारे लोगों से. What is that thing that pops up your mind? उसने ऐसा किया था, अच्छा नहीं लगा मुझे. Anything? जोर से. Give me some example. मैं उधर से जा रहा था, उसने मुझे टांग लगा दी. हाँ, पानी पी. Snatched? Oh, not snatched. Just playing. You didn't like it. पूछना चाहिए था पहले. Perfect. Yeah.
Getting ignored.
Getting ignored. Yeah. बहुत होता है. Perfect. बात कर रहे हैं, हमारी नहीं सुनते, अपनी कह देते हैं. हाँ, दोस्तों के साथ काफी होता है. दोस्तों से ज्यादा सिबलिंग्स के साथ होता है, भाई बहनों के बीच में. Okay. What else? अरे कुछ भी नहीं होता है, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. वेरी अनोइंग. हाँ, मेरा एक दोस्त है, वो चप चप करके खाता है. हाँ, very annoying. Right. So we all have encountered a lot of things. Where do I point? Yeah. Spread rumors about me. दोस्त है, पीठ पीछे बातें करते हैं. Yeah. और siblings make me feel low. मेरे बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, इसको कुछ नहीं आता टाइप्स. हाँ, इसकी अलमारी तो हमेशा गंदी रहती है. इसने अपने कपड़े मोजे बेड के नीचे डाल दिए होंगे, किसी को नहीं पता, बता रहा है वो सबको. और my friend told a secret to others, ignored me while I'm talking, hanged on me. बात कर रहे हैं, करते करते अच्छा ठीक है, okay, bye. Do we feel good about it? No, that's a big no. Mocked me, went on through my things. अभी घर के अंदर घुसाया था, कमरे के अंदर कोई. Lied to exclude me from a party or entered into elevator. मैं खड़ा था शांति से उधर, and then somebody actually pushed me and entered. I didn't feel good about it. The question, why? What are etiquettes? How do we define etiquettes? Help me. Manners, okay. Gestures. Way of talking, okay. Gestures, way of talking, manners. What else? How we appear in front of others. Perfect. Dressing, good. Discipline, communication, lot of things. So how can we summarize all this? How can we say in a particular sentence how and what are etiquettes? Behavior. Good behavior. What do you mean by good behavior? Little louder. Little louder. No, no, don't stand. Don't stand. Just a little louder.
How we sit straight and something like that. Like you're talking, like you're having a conversation, and I'm talking on a phone call, something like that. So I relate to that thing.
Okay. Okay. So we can say that etiquettes are conventional rules. Why we say conventional rules, not universal rules? Because the context changes the etiquette. We behave very differently with our friends. Yes or no? We behave very differently with our family members and in a professional setup. I am dressing differently. I don't dress up like this in my home. No, not at all. Yes, you have a question. Yeah. इसने अभी अभी दबा लिया अपनी थॉट को. Not good. अभी आई क्या आवाज? तो मुझे ही आ रही है. मतलब it's okay. So conventional rules. Why we say conventional? Because they are generally accepted. Do you anyone of you Punjabi? Punjabis. How do you greet your friends? I'm not being racist. It's on a lighter note. I'm saying Bengalis behave very differently. Culture has an impact on people. How do they behave? So when we say conventional rule, these are generally accepted mode of communication, mode of behavior. So social behavior, generally we are focusing on to that. And how do we conduct ourselves? How do we sit? How do we eat? How do we walk? How do we dress? How do we behave? How do we respect the personal area? दोस्तों में ऐसा नहीं होता ना कि मेरी अलमारी में मेरे कमरे में नॉक के बिना घुस गए. That's accepted. But for a sibling, you should have knocked, right? So the context changes and the etiquette, the definition of etiquette changes. But again, why we are talking about this? Why etiquettes? Why are they needed? Why do we need to sit in a particular way or dress in a particular way or talk in a particular way? Why? Personality. Okay. Reflects the background. Okay. Okay. Just a sec. So what we will do for the convenience of everyone, we just stick out our hands so that there is no clash. Done. For professionalism, we are focusing today mainly on social etiquettes. So how to behave in a non-professional setup. Yeah. Discipline. Yeah. To discipline ourselves. Okay. So you have mentioned almost everything that I was supposed to say. They guide behavior. What is right and what is wrong in a particular setup? When I am with friends, what are the things that I can do? When we are with our family, what are the things I can do? Or when I am in a professional setup, how do I portray myself? Right? So generally accepted. Why these generally accepted rules are required? So that it helps in establishing behavioral patterns. I can understand that these are established behaviors and people will be behaving in a particular way. Yes. So when I come to this conference, I understand that the students would be behaving in a particular way. हाँ, मुझे छड़ी लेके पीछे नहीं भागना पड़ेगा, चिल्लाना नहीं पड़ेगा. They would be more open and participative, right? And lastly, establishing lasting relationships. So I understand that this is a personal, this person behaves in a particular way, and I kind of am comfortable with them, and this creates relationship. Do we all agree? Any confusion so far? Nothing. Now, when we talk about etiquettes, as we said, the different context that sets the tone of this etiquette. So when we say etiquette, it's a complete plethora of things. So we say personal etiquettes, we say social etiquettes, we say professional etiquettes, dining etiquettes, lot of things, right? So we have personal, social, communication, business etiquette, dining etiquette, group etiquettes. What are the things that we should and shouldn't be doing in a group? Yes? Makes sense? Okay. So let's bring our discussion back to social etiquettes. And to understand that, let me give you a situation, right? So you have visited one of your friends. पहली बार गए हो आप उनके घर पे, सबसे मिले, कमरे में बैठे हुए हो, and one of the family members is constantly looking at you. ऐसा आप अपने दोस्त के उधर सेटल होके बात कर रहे हो, and then they are like on a shorter leash and surveillance. How do you feel? How do you feel? Uncomfortable. Awkward. Yeah. Annoying. जाता क्यों नहीं है? हाँ, that's embarrassing. Yeah. Conscious. Yeah. मेरे बाल इधर उधर तो नहीं हो रहे हैं. हाँ, मेरा चश्मा तो गंदा नहीं है. What about impression? हाँ. The entire story goes on in my head. इसने मेरे बारे में क्या-क्या इसको पता होगा. Yeah, lot of things. So I'm kind of uncomfortable. How do you handle the situation? So you start behaving like sincere guy with a family member. Okay.
I also start looking at her.
First thing though, he assumed that it's a her. The dads and the brothers doesn't do that. Huh? The Didi does that. So he will stare back to Didi. That's not gonna work. Okay. How do we handle? क्या करेंगे आप? Stay back. Come here. Talk to that particular person. इसके पास कोई काम नहीं है क्या? We'll be conscious, of course, but how do we handle it? So we are just looking at them, ignoring, or probably staring back, or probably asking. So that's basically an assumption here that initially he was not talking about studies at all. Yeah. Cracking a joke could be there, or probably inviting that person, hey, why are you sitting so far? Come and join us. We were just talking about certain things. Yeah. Start a conversation. So there are greeting. Hey, that will at times solve the problem. You know, उनको लगता है कि यार मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही देख रहा था, and then अब मुझे जाना चाहिए. The point. There are certain subtler ways to handle the situation. Yes, and then there are certain not so subtle staring that my friend is like. So when we say social etiquettes, there are certain behavioral patterns that we do in a social setup, not professional. And then now we are going to talk about what are these social etiquettes. What exactly are the idea about these social etiquettes? So the idea is to make people comfortable around you in a social setup. So वो जो दीदी थी वो आपको uncomfortable कर रही थी. She was not exhibiting the right kind of etiquettes, and you staring back make her uncomfortable, or probably closing the door. That would be rude. उनका घर है. हाँ. So how can we handle these situations and make the other person more comfortable? So it's a two-way street. There are different dimensions when we say social. We have a question. Tell me. Personal.
Hello.
So how do we carry ourselves in a social setup? How do we dress? How do we
Hello.
take care of the hygiene? Somebody. Akashwani हुई क्या baby? Hey. Huh?
Hello.
Yeah. No issues. Yeah. So when we say etiquettes, you go to a party not dressed like a hippie. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Somebody wants to talk, online students? काम ही खत्म किया. नहीं ठीक है, पूछने दीजिए अगर ऐसा कुछ है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Okay, going back to our discussion, the person, hygiene कैसा है, कपड़े कैसे पहना है, basic conduct कैसा है, are they respectful to others, are they warm to others, are they mindful of other people's situation. इसके बिना काम चलेगा क्या?
नहीं सर वो आवाज नहीं अच्छा थ्रूपुट देगा.
check thank you. check आवाज आ रही है मेरी? ऐसा मेरे को रोस्टर जैसे
दो माइक एक साथ
रेजोनेट करेंगे. इसके बिना काम चलाते हैं. ओके, सुनाई दे रहा है सबको? तो जो मेरे बाकी के दोस्त हैं वो आगे आ सकते हैं. कम फॉरवर्ड. हाँ, इधर यहाँ पर इधर एक जगह है, उधर है. उसके बिना चलेगा काम हमारा. चल जाएगा, आदत है मुझे. कम फॉरवर्ड. जल्दी से भाग के. आपके लिए जगह हमने बचा के रखी है. I just saved that for you. कम ये है ना आगे जगह? अच्छा ये वाला मैंने तो कहीं नाम नहीं लिखा दिख रहा. Okay, so when we say social etiquettes, the first dimension is personal. You know, how do you look, how do you carry yourself, how do you follow the hygiene? We will talk about that a little later. And then now this is not working. Interactional. When you interact with others, so one is how do you carry yourself, and second is when we are in interaction, what are the things that we should take care of? So we are talking about the ethical idea. Should I be doing that or not? You know, privacy. Am I infringing somebody else's privacy? Am I being polite? Am I being mannerful? All that thing. We will be talking about this. So when we say personal, the first thing that comes to my mind is hygiene. कोई है किसी का दोस्त के नाखून बहुत बड़े रहते हैं? गंदे भी होते हैं, वो बहुत गंदे होते हैं. Do we like such a person? As a general rule, we don't put very high regards to person who does not follow personal hygiene. They don't brush their teeth. Their hair is shabby. हाँ, messy, yeah, messy. कपड़े गंदे हैं, मुंह से बास आती है. You know, some of us might be smoking. So once we are interacting with somebody, we should be taking care that we are not bothering somebody else. You know, have we used that gum so that it does not smell somebody else? हमारी personal body odor. Am I taking bath nicely? Am I not making anybody else uncomfortable in the room because of that personal hygiene? So I could use a deodorant, I could use a perfume. And then there are certain people who actually take bath in that perfume. हाँ, तो ऐसा मक्खी आती है उड़ती हुई? Again, rude. So doing anything too much is again not good. Things, practice hygiene all the time. So clean hands, nails, and teeth. I'm not saying that girls, you go and clip your nails. Just do your nails. Make sure that they are not chipped off. Make sure that you are putting the right kind of nail paints on that, you know. So it's more welcoming. It's more, what's say, comfortable for others. Then look clean and crisp. It's not about the expensive clothes that you wear. It's about how you wear them. It's about, are they clean? Are they nicely ironed? Are you wearing them nicely? बहुत सारे होते हैं जो अभी, if I give you presentation like this, वो सनी देओल वाला presentation, ऐसा, do you like it? क्या बदला? Nothing. It's just how you carry yourself. That's important, right? So look clean and crisp. Be aware about body or mouth odor. Dress appropriately. I am not saying professionally. I'm saying appropriately. When in room, do what's the Romans do. अगर हम दोस्तों के साथ हैं, पार्टी कर रहे हैं और वो casual party है, I'm not gonna wear the suit. Make sense, right? So that's why this guy, he's looking as crisp in a casual dress as he's looking in a business jacket. The point is, whatever you wear, wear with confidence. Wear right kind of colors, wear right kind of textures, wear right kind of cloth. हमारे राजस्थान में गर्मी बहुत होती है. So if I start wearing something which is not cotton, it will make you uncomfortable. When you are uncomfortable, either you start sweating and getting smelly, and then since you are not comfortable, you will forget about etiquettes. है ना? लिफ्ट के बाहर खड़े हुए हैं अपन, गर्मी लग रही है, तो मेरे को जल्दी की चीज क्या होगी? लिफ्ट में घुसने की. Make sense? The right kind of, it doesn't make sense? It does. Clean and iron, be aware of the color, texture, fabric, and the context. कब क्या पहनना है? Situation के हिसाब से हमें पहनना चाहिए. Be mindful of your body language. How do I look now? Now? Rowdy. Not professional at all, right? How do I look now? Do I? You sure? No confidence. You know, अभी 5 मिनट बाद आपको लगने लगेगा कि क्या है यार इस आदमी के साथ में, अभी तो अच्छा भला दिख रहा था. I open like this. I look confident. I stand like this. I look, yeah, I look uncomfortable. I look like क्या है इसको? हाँ, क्या problem हो गई है? Body language. So postures are very, very important. Your hand movements are important. I'm not doing like this, right? That's not appropriate. मेरा जैकेट खुल जाएगा, मेरी बॉडी, मैं अपने आप को छोटा दिखाने लगूंगा, बट आपकी बॉडी की रीच के अंदर कितने आप हाथ फैला सकते हो. But these hand movements are important. They say a story. They create a story. You know, you are able to see certain things that I'm not able to say. Postures are important, make you look confident, open, and interested. When you lean forward, I can see certain people who are in a close posture right now. They might not be engaged. So if I understand what is the right kind of posture to sit, I am able to understand who is interested and who is not. And then it gives you an edge. So abhi mujhe lag raha hai, she is not interested, I will start talking to her and make her more comfortable so that she opens up. Yes or no? So it's good for your personal and professional life both. Right? And of course, don't forget to wear your smile. That's the most important thing that you can wear. दो चीजें हैं, it makes you look confident and it confuses people. Right? So if you are smiling, they don't know what's going in your head. Right? So ये अगर marketing class होती तो मैं बोलता, whenever you are going for a sales pitch, keep on smiling. Your competitor would never know इसके दिमाग में चल क्या रहा है? ये इतना खुश क्यों है? You know, I can quote one example. When I was doing my masters and sitting for job interviews, I was making sure that I am like putting off a couple of my competitors just by smiling. I would enter into the room, sit very confidently, open a magazine, look at them and say, and then they, इसको क्या हो गया? हाँ, कौन है जिसने मुड़ के पू को नहीं देखा? So I was the poo there. Yeah, providing a warm greeting, right? So we come to interaction point of view. So from personal to interaction, whenever you meet someone, greet them, and by greeting, hey, not gonna work. Look at them, have a smile, be genuine in your approach, because people sense. Abhi main aakar aapko, my eyes, my face, my body, they all speak. In fact, they say 70% of this interaction is bodily, not the communication that, oral communication. No, not at all. So sunny disposition, cheerful, be cheerful whenever you are meeting. Of course, if you want to meet, otherwise don't meet. But given a chance that you have to meet, be cheerful all the time, right? Be energetic, be thoughtful, and be cooperative at all the time. Because in general rule also, आप 10 चीजें अच्छे करते हैं ना, कोई याद नहीं रखता. एक गलत चीज करते हैं ना, वो बहुत लंबे टाइम तक याद रहती है या ना? हम सबके साथ होता है ये सबके साथ होता है. So make sure that you are not committing that one error. Then make eye contact, gentle but not stare. So I'm trying that I can look in the eyes of everyone from here till there, but I'm not doing like this. She'll be uncomfortable. Not she, I mean he would be uncomfortable that way. It's not about the gender, it's about if I'm giving you a cold stare. होता ना हमारे टीचर के पास जाते हैं, सर वो आज छुट्टी चाहिए, and the kind of stare back we get, रहने देते हैं, absentee mark होने दो, चलेगा अपने को, right? So eyes need to be soft. Once we start practicing, these are general rules that we have, we all know about it. It's just that when we put in a framework, it makes sense, right? Welcoming facial expressions, polite greeting, polite, right? Moving on to handshake, very very important. Generally अभी तो क्या हो गया है कि in normal life भी हम लोग अपने friends के साथ भी handshake करते हैं. Professional के अंदर these things are taken very very seriously. So whenever you shake a hand, can I have 2 volunteers? How do you shake hands? Any 2 people? Yeah. Go ahead, shake hands with him. Tell me what's right, what's wrong. Okay. Yeah. अच्छा आप हैंडशेक करेंगे, मुझे लगा कि इनसाइड देगा मुझे. Okay, just hold on. Okay. So we saw two examples. Can we have these things once again? थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे करते हैं इधर थोड़ा, ताकि हम लोग देख पाए. I'll stand there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what did we notice? He nodded. Which one? He or him? He nodded. Okay. No greetings whatsoever. Okay. Too much. What kind of movement? Hands. So shaking hands were too much. Okay. Okay. What about eye contact? Tha, nahi tha? Tha. Okay. No smiles. Yeah. We never argue with the audience. Basic rule. ये माई बाप है रे. जनता सब जानती. Not strong enough. 2 हड्डी टूट जानी चाहिए थी ऐसा. Couple of days back I met one NSG commando, right? Very young, very energetic and very very cheerful guy, and I am having tennis elbow right now, so it's like it pains. I'm always conscious about shake hands. That's why I didn't shook hands. He came and crushed my hand, and I was like, nice to meet you too. So yeah, firm handshake, right? Firm handshake, right? But don't do it. Okay, thank you. Can we have a round of applause? Thank you. एक handshake रह गया, मैं करता हूँ. Thank you. आपने 3 बार कर लिया, अभी मेरी बारी है. What did you notice? Who's looking more confident? He? Why? Why? Nini. Why? Thank you. Thanks. इसमें तो शर्माने वाली कोई बात नहीं है. It's just the opinion. मैं भी अगली बार से ऐसे ही कुछ करूंगा, so that I also look confident. हाँ, yeah. किस चीज को? अच्छा, उसको हल्के में ले लिया, ऐसा नहीं लेना चाहिए था सर. He is the dude of our college. ऐसा कैसे कर दिया आपने? Okay, it is important. So who should do that? He should do that. Okay. Any other idea? And मुझसे बात करेंगे. हाँ जी, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, मैं छोड़ता ही नहीं, यहाँ बुला लूंगा. जोर से उसको सुनाई देना चाहिए इतना. जब भी हम रूम में होते हैं ना, हमने इंटरेक्शन की बात करी ना, ऑलवेज लुक कॉन्फिडेंट, ऑलवेज साउंड कॉन्फिडेंट, ऑलवेज. ओके ओके. Open, warm, and welcoming. Good. That will serve its purpose. Okay, great. What I noticed, holding nothing against him as such, he was leaning forward and shaking hands, right? It gives me an impression that he's still holding back himself. I was standing straight. I was confident. I was welcoming. I was in no rush. Generally, what we do? Yeah? Does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't. What's your opinion? Okay. So he was like, हाँ sir, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप. Yeah. What is the other guy? Sahil, right? Sahil and Mirza. When he shook hands, he was not looking at the person, he was looking at the hand. Make him come across as less confident guy. Whenever you are shaking hands, you look into the eye. You know, stand straight with the right kind of posture and shake hands. Smile, look at the face and shake hands. So when we say proper handshake, use right hand. Generally, उल्टे हाथ से मिलाते हैं. दोस्तों के साथ कैसे भी चलता है. Set up. But generally, as a rule, you should always offer right hand. Generally, you know, universally accepted kind of a rule. Then your hands should be dry and should be clean all the time. Again, hygiene की बात आई. And have you ever shook hands with someone who has like sweaty palms? कुछ लोगों के होते हैं, स्ट्रेस में होते हैं, तब हमारे हाथ गीले हो जाते हैं, या वो पानी पीने के बाद कम. हाँ, बॉयज करते हैं ना ऐसा. Then firm grasp and confident 2 or 3 shakes, not आधा घंटा तक. छोड़ ही रहे. People, कभी हुआ है आपके साथ, किसी ने आपके साथ हैंडशेक किया हो, and then they're not letting you go, and they are shaking hands. और बताओ क्या चल रहा है? And after a while you get uncomfortable. यार ये छोड़ क्यों नहीं रहा? हाँ, जोर से. प्यार में ऐसा होता है. This could be a way of exhibiting power over others. You know, when it happens in a professional setup, it happens somewhere where you are trying to catch hold of someone, you know, trying to intimidate you. You could do that. That's a tactic, but shouldn't be using. That does not make you come across as a warm and welcoming person, right? So bend. क्यों? पैर छू लो. आपको अपने आप को भी रिस्पेक्ट देनी चाहिए. When you are shaking hands, basically you are on equal terms. You know, whenever I meet to CEO of my company, I never bend, sir. Why? I shake him. That's it. But whenever I am meeting him in a personal space where I actually respect him, I'll go and touch his feet because I am kind of, you know, respectful for him. Again, the context. If you feel like that's appropriate to do, please do that, but not with everyone. My friend said, if I'm meeting with someone elder to me or senior to me, I should offer hand. Never do that. The elder person or the senior person, they should offer hand. Same with the ladies. If you are shaking hand with a lady, never offer hand. The lady should offer the hand. So if लड़की ने हाथ नहीं बढ़ाया तो लव हो या नहीं हो, नहीं करने का. हाँ, बेइज्जती नहीं. आजकल अभी विमेंस डे मनाया ना हमने, दे आर एम्पावर्ड. हाँ, वहां रुकती नहीं है आजकल बेइज्जती पे. Okay, always maintain good eye contact. When we say good, that means gentle eyes but confident eyes, right? And ऐसा नहीं वही. Who diplomatic relationships हैं? They are not general etiquettes. They are diplomatic etiquettes. They are very, very different. They are very different. You know, there are a lot of power games. The colors say a lot. You know, it's a very interesting study. If you want to wish to read about that, please do read. It's very, very interesting. The kind of grasp they do, who offers the first hand, how do they tilt their hands.
Former US President Donald Trump used to do that. Whenever he had
इंटिमिडेट करने वाली बात है. सो अगेन दे आर, अगर आप में से कुछ साइकोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट हैं या आपने उससे रिलेटेड पेपर्स पढ़े हैं, देयर आर सर्टेन माइंड गेम्स, साइकोलॉजी, brain games, yeah, psychological games we call it. Transactional analysis, have you ever read transactional analysis? No. So in that we generally play these kind of mind games, and in that we can use these tactics. How do we do that? कुछ नहीं होते हैं, कंधे पे आके हाथ रखते हैं. They are trying to make you feel lower than them. So it's a tactic. You know, I'm not saying कि आपके father या आपका भाई आपके ऊपर आपको comfort करने के लिए कर रहा है. That's not. But generally, you know, they start putting hand. सोफे पे बैठे तो ऐसा हाथ फैला के बैठते हैं, so that you need to tactics. But we are not talking about tactics today. We are talking about generally accepted etiquettes, right? Greeting with names go a long way. So if you are shaking hands, hi Rahul, that's great. That's much better. Hi sir, okay. Hi Rahul sir. We all love our name. We know that the other person know me, right? So whenever we are interacting with people, keep on taking their names. Aisa nahi hai Rahul. But once, twice in every 3-4 sentence, that would be great. You know, that reminds of people that we are mindful about them. Moving forward, speak clearly and at the right pace. If I speak very fast, you will not be able to understand. You know, punctuations, where do I, voice modulations, कहाँ पे रुकना है, कहाँ पे जोर देना है किसी बात को, कहाँ पे softly बात करनी है आपको. You need to practice this because that will make you come across as a confident person. जब हम shaky voice में बात करते हैं, unclear voice में बात करते हैं, जैसे अगर आप में से मैं किसी से बात करता हूँ, they will say, sir मैं तो ये बात करनी. Immediately will we come across as lunch time हुआ क्या? Okay. Showing interest in what others are saying. How do we show interest? Okay. Impression, nodding. Perfect. So I am looking at each one of you. Some of you are nodding. Some of you are not nodding and yawning. Some of you are leaning forward. Some of you are maintaining eye contact. Some of you are staring. I'm getting intimidated right now. And some of you are like shaking legs. ऐसा वो पैर रख के हिलाते ना पैर, कभी करते हैं वो. When I'm not interested, I just need to go. वो कचौरी वाले को बोला था मेरी कचौरी लगा के रखना. हाँ, अभी सब खत्म हो जाएंगी लंच तक. सर ने पता नहीं क्या आइडिया बना के रखा हुआ है. So generally, you be more open and be interested in what others are saying. So maintain appropriate facial expression, eye contact, and gentle head nodding. How many times you nod? How much you nod? Gentle nod, 2 or 3 times. That's it. Not more than that. Yeah. And if I don't get a nod, what I do? If you're not interested in listening to me, what will I do? Perfect. So that also be, you know, a way of, you know, showing interest in what others are saying. How do we show interest? If I am shaking hands with someone, I should show interest in what they are saying. If I am nodding, I should nod. If I am shaking hands with someone, I should nod. Perfect. So that also be one of the things that you should learn, when you see people are swaying away, आपकी grasp से बाहर जा रहे हैं, कोई दिमाग में कुछ और चल रहा है, bring them here. Yes, ask them interesting questions. We will have another session on presentations when we will talk about, how do we you bring them back in the present moment. It's okay to get clarification, but do not interrupt unnecessarily. Zabardasti nahi. I have one student. He's like, all the time. In between the presentation, he would ask me, "Sir, aaj to bade khush lag rahe ho." What? Did you seriously say that, man? Yeah. Asking questions is good. And then that's what we said. I have something to say. I'm waiting, right? But with your facial expression, with your body language, you can always make sure that other know about it, that you have a question, you have a clarification to take. Listening when someone is talking to you, that's very, very important. How do we do that? By maintaining eye contact. आप सब लोग मेरी तरफ देख रहे हैं, मुझे पता चल रहा है कि आप मेरे बारे में आप सुन रहे हैं at least. That's one part of it. मुझे ये भी पता चलता है कि जब आप मेरी तरफ देख रहे होते हो फिर भी आपके दिमाग में कुछ और चल रहा होता है. The body language says a lot. But as a general rule, when we are talking to someone, please look at them, right? So we are saying eye contact, gentle head nodding. We have already discussed about that. Practice active listening. What happens is we can have focus only for 20 minutes in 1 hour. When we come to the class, the researchers prove that we can focus only for 20 minutes, not more than that. Then हमारा दिमाग इधर उधर भाग जाता है, कुछ ना कुछ, या तो हमारे दोस्त कुछ कर रहे होते हैं, हमारे दिमाग में कुछ और आना शुरू होता है. But with active listening, you can catch hold of your brain. You can practice focusing on to what's happening there. Yes. So इसमें दो चीजें हैं, एक कि कंटेंट कितना इंटरेस्टिंग है, प्रेजेंटेशन कितना अच्छा है. यस, बट हमारे हाथ में क्या है? अपने आप को ट्रेन करना. We can do that. Can we practice it? Yes, we can. Rephrasing for clarity or confirmation. So whatever I'm saying, there might be something that you are not very comfortable with, or there might be something that you are not very much agreeing to. So what you can do is you can rephrase. Does that mean you are saying this, or am I understanding this correctly? Confirmation. That brings you on the same page. हाँ, अगर कुछ गड़बड़ होगी तो मैं दोबारा से आपको बोलूंगा कि नहीं नहीं नहीं, I was not meaning that. I am actually saying this, right? Then not interrupting abruptly. Don't do that. Interacting positively in a group setting. Positive. Don't show negative emotions whenever you are in a group, because that would make other people embarrassing or uncomfortable. So address people by their name, formal names in formal setting. That's very, very important. So whenever you are meeting with people, hey, hi, hello, doesn't work. If you remember their name, please do address them by their name. So Sahil would be happy if I say Sahil, right? Because we all love to be recognized. Avoid sarcastic and politically incorrect statements. Don't do that. आप smart तो दिखते हो उस time पर, but you are losing a relationship. Because हमने पहले ही बात किया था कि if you are hurting somebody's feeling, they remember this for a long, long period in time. Never do that. Never do that, and especially in group setting, right? And lastly, the last part of it, we will talk about journal courtesies. So even if we are not interacting and we are in a journal phase of life, what do we do? So we talk about be punctual and always be on time, right? Respect other people's time. Second, treat others with respect and, right? Opening. When we say dignity, there would be people who are sweeping the floors in your college. There would be people who are mending the gates. There are people who are helping you park your vehicle correctly. Don't they require respect? They do. It's not about the stature. It's a dignity of labor. So you always maintain that dignity of people as well. Treat them with respect. This will go a very long, long way. So if you read about the stories of great people, great leaders, you will always find this kind of simplicity in them, that they used to respect every single person around them. They will make them feel comfortable. Opening doors for other people, chewing food with your mouth closed. We have already discussed it. No chup chup, right? No chup chup, no spitting. Don't do that. And if you do that, कुछ लोगों के साथ हो सकता है तो मुंह उधर करके खा लो. Offer seats to women, elderly and needy people. There might be somebody who with a heavy bag. Offer them seat. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता ज्यादा, बस ये होता है कि हमारे को बैठना था, अभी हम खड़े होके चले जाएंगे। जिम में भी तो जाते हैं ना 1 घंटा, पर बस में हमें सीट चाहिए होती है। मेक सेंस? आप लिफ्ट में जा रहे हो, आपको दिख रहा है कि कोई लेडी है अपने बच्चे के साथ में, हम रास्ता नहीं छोड़ते हैं क्योंकि हमारे को लिफ्ट से जाना है, पर शाम को जाके ट्रेडमिल के ऊपर 2 घंटा दौड़ेंगे। So always make sure that you are giving respect to say thank you, please, sorry. They go a long way. Make you come across as a genuine person, as a respectful person. How often do we say thank you to our moms? She cooks every single day. She makes sure that the house is in order, things are there. How often we say that? We don't. We make sure that we point out, आज नमक ज़्यादा था, but 1000 बार जब नमक सही था, तो we never said, say thank you, say please, say sorry, just in case if something wrong has been done. Slow down and be aware of your surroundings. So whenever you are in a social setup, make sure that you are mindful of what's happening around. Right? So we are talking about do not enter the elevator when people are exiting. होता है ऐसा? हाँ नहीं? Sahil is feeling sleepy. रेड लाइट पर होता है, सबको आगे जाना होता है, तो एक आदमी इधर से आ रहा होता है, एक इधर से आ रहा होता है, एक इधर से ऐसे घूम के आ रहा होता है, and then there is a mess outside. Just imagine if we all practice, basic etiquettes, it would be much more easier on the road, everywhere. Do not rush while in or out bus, train, elevator door. I was flying to Mumbai, right? And anybody from Gujarat here? Gujaratis in the house? Yeah, Gujarati people, they're always in rush. Very industrious people, very industrious. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Very industrious people. So before the plane is landing, we are still on the runway. It's still moving, and they उनका बैग पकड़ के सारे लाइन से लगे हुए हैं दरवाजे। मैं पहले उतरूंगा, रुक जाने दो, बस आ जाने दो, right? The point does not make you come across as very welcoming person. Do not rush to sit or stand up. Keep elbows off the table. Respect others' privacy and time. कमरे में नहीं घुसना बिना नॉक किए हुए, किसी का भी हो, आपका अपना भी हो। अभी तो आप लोग बहुत छोटे हैं. Once you are married, even then you are not supposed to enter the room if somebody is there. Knock and enter. That's basic idea. Telephone etiquettes. Have you ever encountered such situations? Someone talking too loud on phone. हाँ भाई साहब, मैंने सब देख लिया है. हाँ, बस में होता है, ट्रेन में होता है, रोड्स पर होता है, क्लासरूम में होता है. Some people are really unaware about their surroundings. नहीं करने का, right? Disturbed by too loud or too sassy ringtone. क्लास चल रही है और अचानक माँ का फोन आया, yeah, and then it's gone. Just imagine I'm giving this presentation, I'm taking every bit of my energy to hold you back, and suddenly somebody's phone ring up and it's all gone. That's rude, right? Or abruptly disconnected call. हमारे एक दोस्त के साथ हुआ था ना. अच्छा ठीक है, बाद में बात करते हैं. Background noises, not allowing others to understand properly. तो रोड के साइड में आप बात कर रहे हो, पीछे बहुत शोर, अरे हाँ तुम्हारी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Unwanted calls when you are busy with something really important. So you are in a meeting or you are talking. आपका दोस्त आपसे अपने दिल की बात कर रहा है, हाँ, या अपनी कोई करियर के बारे में डिस्कशन कर रहा है, और वो हाँ ठीक है. And every now and then, basic idea. So we all have encountered such situations. So what do we do? Yes, mobiles or telephones, they have become the necessity. Can we hold on to this for a moment? No, that's okay. I know this is important. It's just disturbing me. We are about to finish. So, ma'am, can we do this? I'm sure आप लोग मेरे लिए 1 minute extra रुक जाएंगे यहाँ पे. Great. So, when we say mobile or telephone etiquettes, 3 dimensions पे हम इसको समझ सकते हैं. Before the call, during the call, and after the call. So, what do we do to make sure that we come across as a nice guy while using the phone? क्या करें, मेरा अभी कॉल नहीं चल रहा है, बट मैं कॉल करने वाला हूं किसी को. तो what can we do to make other people more comfortable. Greetings. Okay, that's during the call. Before the call. You can hear smile. Do you know that? Yeah, we can. You were saying something. Just a sec. Just hold on the thought. Yeah. Okay, good. So be mindful of what I'm gonna say. कई बार होता है ना, अरे यार मैंने फोन तो किया था, किस लिए किया था, याद नहीं है, बात करता हूँ. Huh? What was that? It happens? Yeah? Yeah, you were saying something. Know about the person, किससे बात करने वाले हैं, कौन है वो, right? दोस्त है तो भी किस माइंडसेट में हो सकता है, क्या सिचुएशन में हो सकता है, कौन है, एज क्या है, कमाता क्या है, करता क्या है, and so and so forth. Yeah, somebody was there somewhere. Yeah.
The languages matter.
Languages.
We don't understand, or if we don't understand, then we have to convert our language in Hindi.
Perfect, perfect. So knowing other is important. आपने मैं लगे हुए अंग्रेजी झाड़ने में, पता चला सामने वाले को ज्यादा समझ में नहीं आता है, and there is no communication whatsoever. Rather than there would be a miscommunication. Make sense, right? So before call, what do? Clarity of purpose and content has to be there. You should be knowing why am I calling, what are the things that I'm going to talk about, so that it saves time, one, and it makes you look sorted. आप इधर उधर की दाएं बाएं की बातें कर रहे हैं, मजा नहीं आएगा. But if you're sorted, these are the points that I'm gonna talk about that make you come across as a more confident person. So have idea about what is to be discussed and how you are going to discuss it, right? What would be your pitch? हर बार हम मजाक में काम नहीं कर सकते, but at times मजाक help करता है, right? So be mindful of what you are gonna do. Value others' time. Unnecessary खींचने की जरूरत नहीं है. Jot down the points to discuss. Keep a writing pad and pen to make sure that you are taking notes. कई बार होता है ना कि हम बात करते हैं and the moment the call is over we forget about something. होता है कोई important task, कोई important idea, कोई important point हम भूल जाते हैं. So it's always good that you have a pen and paper always ready with you. मेरे साथ और गड़बड़ होता है, पेन पेपर लेके मैं doodles बनाना शुरू कर देता हूँ. That's a bad habit I have, but don't do that. Keep your mobile on silent mode whenever you are in a social gathering. It's always good. It always pays off. तो अभी बोला ना, हमारी दोस्त ने बोला था कि आप अपना फोन स्विच ऑफ मोड पे डाल दीजिए या एटलीस्ट एयरप्लेन मोड पे डाल दीजिए, so that we are not disturbed. What do we do on call? We greet, right? How do we greet? With enthusiasm, with a smile, and preferably with the name. Hi Rahul, I'm so and so. So you introduce yourself. You ensure that other person is available. Is this the right time to talk to you, or shall I call later? I just wanted 5 minutes of yours, probably. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. So have conveyed that clarity of purpose. क्यों call किया? कितनी देर लगेगी? आप available हो या नहीं हो? नाम. So we will be talking about ensure to keep your volume down while on call. Again, हाँ भाई साहब. Don't do that. Respect other people's privacy. Cheerful greeting, preferably with name and salutation. So if you are in a professional setup, I'm Rahul. I have a salutation of doctor. You call me Rahul. In a personal setup, it's okay. Whenever we talk in a professional setup, you would say, hi, Dr. Rahul, how are you? Make sense? So this goes a long way. The point is, are you comfortable? पक्का मैं comfortable नहीं हो रहा तो ठीक है ना? He doesn't talk much about. Who are the friends? Oh, वो दरवाजा पकड़ के बैठा हुआ है कि ये सेशन खत्म होते सबसे पहले मैं निकलूंगा. Okay. Begin with self introduction. That's always good. You know, introduce yourself. Who's calling? तो आजकल तो मोबाइल फोन्स हो गए हैं तो इसका ज्यादा पंगा नहीं पड़ता because the name pops up. But on telephone calls, always give your introduction. Who are you? Who's the one who's calling? Always ask who's speaking before starting the conversation. कई बार होता है फोन उठा के बोलना शुरू कर देते हैं. You know, घर वाला जो फोन होता है ना उसके ऊपर तो अरे भाई साहब तुम्हारा ये हो गया, पापा घर पे नहीं है भैया, अच्छा ओहो आए तो बता देना, ठीक. Doesn't make sense, right? So always ensure who's speaking, voice tone modulation, speak and clear annotations, clear articulation. You know क्या कहना चाहते हैं, मैं ये कहना चाहता था पर रोको मत जाने दो, right? Cliche example I know, but that puts the point in perspective. So what you say, how you say makes a lot of difference because I'm not able to see you. I'm not able to see your body language. I'm just hearing what's coming across and there could be a noise in between. There could be a या होता है ना भाई साहब, आवाज नहीं आ रही, क्रैक कर रही है वॉइस. I'm hearing that crackling sound because of the network is not proper, or probably there is a surrounding noises. So make sure that your voice tone modulation and all these things, speed is appropriate. Mind the duration of the call. खींचो मत जबरदस्ती. Avoid using unnecessary jargons. You know, ये PSPO नहीं जानता होगा. What's a big deal about it? Should I be knowing PSPO? She says yes, sir. What is PSPO, by the way? प्यारा सा पंखा ओरिएंट का. हाँ, राइट. टेक्निकल या प्रोफेशनल सेटअप के अंदर ये बहुत होता है. You know, people keep on throwing jargons. Have you ever seen or heard doctors on call with another doctor? They use a language we don't understand. अजीब अजीब बातें करते हैं वो, कुछ नहीं समझ में आता. अब just imagine they are talking to you. So I called one of my doctors, doctor ये report आ गई, and then he was like 15-20 चीजें उसने बोली, मुझे कुछ पल्ले नहीं पड़ा. Was the point? Was that the point of that conversation? Gone waste. So make sure the other person understand the language in the sense the jargons also. Do not interrupt unnecessarily. Take and give clarification whenever needed. So if you need clarification, ask for it and give the room, make other people comfortable. Hey, listen, I was not able to understand. Can you come again? Can you just say that again, right? And greet properly before disconnecting. So thank you for listening. Okay, bye-bye. You know, I shall see you later. And after the call, what do? You could, you know, generally this happens in a professional setup. So you probably draft a mail and send across. So this is what we have agreed upon, and this is for your information. So we take the minutes of that call and then we send it across, or send an email if needed, right? Discuss the action steps ahead. Last part of it is, am I overshooting the time? 5 minutes more? Yeah? Interesting नहीं लग रहा? सर बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, मजा ही आ गया. आज से ज्यादा मजा जिंदगी में भी नहीं आया. अच्छा, okay. So email, आप लोगों को बहुत ज्यादा काम अभी नहीं आता है, but once you enter into a corporate world or in a job, definitely these emails are new world's communication. अब चिट्ठियां तो जाती नहीं है, email जाते हैं, right? So what are the things that we are supposed to ensure while writing email? So one is clarity and purpose of the context. इधर उधर की बातें नहीं करनी होती हैं. It's a professional setup generally. So make sure that you are on point. Short and sweet. Short doesn't mean short, it means appropriate, right? Be parsimonious, use the right kind of words. So एक ही बात को करने के बहुत सारे तरीके होते हैं. Make sure that you are articulating it nicely because it's a written communication. So clear subject line goes a very, very. शुरू में स्कूल में नहीं लिखते थे हम एप्लीकेशन, श्रीमान प्रधानाध्यापक जी फलाना ढिमकाना सेवा में, उससे पहले वो आता था subject, in order to take leave for 2 days. Yeah. Before getting into that detail, the principal know why this letter is there, right? Make sense? So this gives him the mental setup कि आगे क्या आने वाला है. So make sure that you are using appropriate subject line. Very, very important, and it makes it easier to search for that mail later on. Corporate world में ऐसा होता है, 6 महीने पहले आपने किसी से कोई communication किया था, अब आपको वो वापस से निकालना है. You find on the keywords. How do you ensure that you are finding the mail? Because you have used the right kind of subject line. I can find it. Clarity about the recipients and their role. कौन है, किसको मैं ये मेल लिख रहा हूँ, तो मेरी टोन क्या होगी, राइट? अगर बहुत सारे हैं, अभी मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि आपको एक परमिशन लेनी है एक इवेंट कराने के लिए, and you need to write this mail to your principal and couple of faculty members. So what would be the order? You need to be mindful whom you are writing, whom you are addressing, who all people are there, right? So उनके stature का, उनके position का आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए. Message, the body of that email, the purpose has to be clear, the articulation has to be impeccable. You know, unnecessary चीजें नहीं डालिए उसमें. So what we are saying is grammar and spelling mistakes, big no, never do that, right? अभी तो word और जितने भी हमारे softwares होंगे, they have become smarter. They give you a red line, yes, no, they give you a blue line, grammar is wrong, and they give you suggestions. So please take care of that. You know, you could use Grammarly, Grammarly, amazing software. So make sure that you are using it. Don't come across as a shabby person. Don't come across as a person who has not given the enough seriousness into the job. Be parsimonious. Parsimonious is कंजूस basically, right? तो कंजूसी ये एक कला है जो हमें सीखनी पड़ती है. We need to be able to articulate it nicely. Unnecessary मैं बोलता जाऊं कोई मतलब नहीं है. कहानी है उतने ही words में कहिए जितने की जरूरत है. Avoid jargons. Understand and use bold, italic, underline, caps, color, and font size very judiciously. So what does it signify? The caps, all caps. What does it signify? All caps. What does it signify? If I say you must highlight, okay? और bold क्या करता है? नहीं वो I know what is bold, but what does it signify? Keywords. So importance is given by bold. Yes. The caps, all caps, arrogance. It's like forceful. So if I'm writing, please do not mark me mail again. So I will make sure that NOT is capitalized, right? That kind of extra pressure. But if you keep on doing that all the time, it's synonymous to shouting. In a written communication, if you write something in a caps, it is synonymous to shouting. आप जोर से बोल रहे हो, तो जहां जोर की जरूरत है दीजिए, पर जहां पे नहीं है unnecessary मत कीजिए, right? So again, colors are important. What kind of colors signify what? जैसे red है हमारे लिए no, you know, it's a danger signal. Green is something which is, so when I'm writing somebody a mail and they are not responding, I would say reminder. But if I put this reminder in green color, it's a gentle reminder. But if I put that same reminder word in red color, it's a harsh reminder. I'm going to take an action now, right? So colors are important, font sizes are important, and structure, flow होना चाहिए. मुझे छुट्टी चाहिए, मेरी भैंस मर गई है और पिताजी बाहर गए हैं. Doesn't make sense. Say a story, make it flow, right? Articulation is important. And add greetings appropriately. किसको कर रहे हो? कई बार ऐसा होता है, अभी तो हम इंडियंस हैं, तो we kind of understand is this a male name or a female name. Generally in a international setup, we fail to understand whether it's a male or female I'm writing to. So make sure that you understand what is the gender of the person, or be diplomatic about it. So if I don't know the other person is male or female, I would try and play smart, where I am not actually using any salutation. So make sure that you are not saying Miss Rahul. Don't do that. That will put me off, right? And signing the message. आजकल होता है signature. आप लोगों के email में होगा नीचे. You can add signature where you put details about you. So you could use that. Just a quick recap of what we discussed about email. Just spend 30 seconds on this. Read. Do let me know once it's done. Avoid using capitals, red, and long sentences and SMS languages. Your को UR लिख देते हैं, yeah. YOU को UH लिख देते हैं. Don't do that. We sign it and scan it and paste it. Don't do that.
Sir, how can we do the
Signature is when I write an email, there is a signature. Signature as in it pastes that portion, whatever I write, at the end of every email. So it would say regard, thanks and regards, Rahul Agarwal, my phone number, my email ID, and my area of work. So that's the kind of signature you should be adding. Yeah. Which one? Avoid responding when emotionally drained. गुस्से में है किसी चीज को लेकर, don't write. They say avoid writing when you can speak. Avoid speaking when you can keep mum. Don't do that. What happens is whenever we are emotionally unstable, गुस्से में हैं, खुश हैं, दुखी हैं, we are not thinking right. है ना? So we would be writing certain things which we might regret someday. कभी हुआ है आपके दोस्त से झगड़ा हुआ है and then we keep on messaging, इतनी बातें लिख देते हैं and then they got hurt. वो बोलते हैं यार तूने ऐसी बात लिख दी मुझे, यार मैं गुस्से में था. Right? ये प्रोफेशनल सेटअप हो सकता है. So please avoid when you are emotionally unstable. Don't write. Don't drop a mail. You know. Generally हम क्या बोलते हैं कि when you have to write a mail. Don't send it. 1 घंटे के बाद दोबारा पढ़ो. Once you are settled down, and then you would be able to find 10 mistakes in that, and it actually work. So next time, whenever you're writing an email, don't send it right across. कोई छोटी मोटी error निकल के आती ही आती है. So just sleep over it and then send it little later. Can we move forward? The final word, important to make people comfortable around you. So please do practice. It make you come across as a more confident person. It is organic and it evolves. It changes. So मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता कि this is right and this is wrong. It changes. You know, there was a time when people used to bow to each other, and now there are WhatsApp. That's also etiquette, right? Things are changing. Netizens आ गए ना आजकल. So the way we greet each other is changing. So you need to be able to understand what are the right kind of etiquettes to be practiced. It is contextual, as we said. Not every time we behave the same. So you need to understand. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि सर आपने पिछली बार तो बोला था कि ऐसा करना है, अब आप ऐसा बोल रहे हो. It depends on the context. And lastly, more you practice consciously, more natural it becomes. So you do not come across as somebody who's pretentious. कि आपने वो chair खींच दी, बैठो. होता है ना कभी-कभी शादी ब्याह के अंदर हम लोग जाते हैं तो घर के लड़के दरवाजा भी खोल रहे थे कार का, बैठ जाओ. और अब पीछे मतलब 2 दिन पहले बाल खींच रहा था वो अपनी बहन के. हाँ, वो बोलते तू रहने दे, नाटक मत कर. Yeah, it's not natural. It shows that it's not natural. So being pretentious is not welcomed. So keep on practicing. It makes you more normal. So thank you so much, and keep on practicing these etiquettes. That helps actually. That make you stand apart. Any questions before we depart for this session? Anything? Any idea? Any statement? Shh, listen. We have a question. Yeah. क्यों नहीं छूना है? बिल्कुल छूइए. Culture is important. मैंने बोला ना contextual है. तो context sets the culture. जैसे अभी अमेरिका में कोई पैर नहीं छूता है अपने बड़ों के. They shake hand or they hug, right? I tell you, I am from Alwar. Anybody heard of Alwar? A small town. You know, a lot of people are from Alwar. It's a small town. I did my schooling in 95. Went to Bangalore. So in those times, boys and girls, I was in a co-ed, but it was a very culturally distinct kind of setup. आप लड़कियों से ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते हो, वो अलग बैठती हैं, हम अलग बैठते हैं, वो पुराना culture था. I landed up in Bangalore, and my classmates, they were hugging each other on the road. In general, you know, hi, इतने दिनों बाद क्यों आया? And I was like, चल क्या रहा है इस देश में? Was that inappropriate? No, that was appropriate in that setup. I need to change, right? So when you say, should I touch their feet? Why not? Should you be touching their feet in a professional setup? I doubt. But whatever you do, be genuine about it. That's more important. तो इसीलिए हमने एटिकेट की बात करी. मुझे भी लिफ्ट के बाहर खड़ा रहना पसंद नहीं है, या बस में अपनी सीट छोड़ के किसी लेडी को देना पसंद नहीं है. मेरे भी घुटने दुखेंगे, लेकिन that's what I'm supposed to do. So we take it with a pinch of salt and we practice. बहुत सारे दोस्त हैं. मेरा एक बहुत close friend है. He would come to my home and would touch my mom's feet like this, auntie, and the auntie is there. You know, he would just enter, auntie. What the hell did you do? Touch her feet. Don't do that. Yeah. Any other question? Any other statement? Concluding remarks? So thank you all. You have been a great audience. I shall see you in the next session also. I hope that will be as interactive as possible. I just need a break and a glass of water, ma'am, if I may. So I guess students will also need to stretch their legs. So let's meet in, it's 1:16. Can we meet at 1:21? 5 minutes? Good enough? Good afternoon again. So we are back. We are back. I hope that session on etiquette was of some value. Now we are going to talk about the corporate presentation, right? Why we are saying corporate presentation? Because generally speaking, we do not present as such, right? So there are certain anecdotes that we need to understand while we are making presentation. Since you are on the verge of getting into a corporate world, probably after your UG or probably after your PG, but eventually you will enter. There are situations where we have to present. So what are the things that we are supposed to do, and what are the things that will drag our presentation efficiency down? नहीं करना है हमारे को, right? I'm sure आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को पता होगा. Thank you, sir. So corporate presentation, why we are here again? क्या हो जाएगा अगर मुझे अच्छे से प्रेजेंटेशन देना आएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? Convince, okay? Convince others. Impression अच्छा पड़ेगा, appreciation मिलेगा, impression अच्छा पड़ेगा, fuss, fuss को कैसे बोलते हैं? मतलब इतनी बात क्यों हो रही है इस बारे में? Why we are talking about this? So when we say corporate presentation, generally we present to the client, we present to suppliers, we present to government bodies or the regulators or the bankers. The idea is to be able to convince others about what we need. Yes or no? Yes. So if we are able to make impactful presentations, this will ensure that these are order winners. हम अगर प्रेजेंटेशन देंगे तो मेरी बात सामने वाला सुनेगा, इंगेज करके रखेंगे हम उसे, हाँ या ना, और कन्विंस करने की हमारी कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाएगी. सो सॉरी, आई नीड टू गो बैक. या, व्हाट कैन गो रॉन्ग? What can go wrong in a presentation? Method. What about method? उसको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. Order. So there is no proper flow. Okay. आपने पहले कुछ कह दिया, समझ नहीं आया. Body language. What about body language? Sway कर रहे हैं, confident नहीं दिख रहे हैं, arrogant दिख रहे हैं. Good. Yeah. Appropriate means relevant. Okay. Relevant, pretty good. Fluency. Fluency has to be there. Okay. तो उनको डालो ही मत. We need to have complete knowledge. So whatever we are presenting, we need to be aware about what we are presenting. ऐसा नहीं हो कि ग्राफ खोल दिया उसके बाद समझ नहीं आ रहा, यार कुछ था तो ये, कल पढ़ा तो था, अभी पल्ले नहीं पड़ रहा. हाँ, या अंडरस्टैंडेबल, लोग समझ सकें. तो हमने तो बोल दिया, सर ने आया एटिकेट के ऊपर 1 घंटा बोला, पल्ले कुछ नहीं पड़ा यार, पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे थे, अजीब अजीब सी बातें. या can we hold on to this? Wrong template designs. Okay, जो आपने स्ट्रक्चर किया ना वही गड़बड़ था, अजीबो गरीब सी बना दी, सर मजा नहीं आया देखकर पीपीटी को. विजुअल एड्स, इंटरैक्टिव. सो इंटरैक्शन ही नहीं था, मैं आया, पढ़ना शुरू कर दिया और चला गया.
आप लोग सोच रहे थे अब बोलेगा बात होगी, यू नो, क्लैरिटी नहीं मिली, कंफर्मेशन नहीं मिला. So now we are gonna quickly go through a lot of common mistakes that we do. You know, the first common mistake is people generally tend to put everything they are going to say on their slide. Although this eliminates the need to memorize their talk, but makes their slide crowded and cluttered. This will make your slide look wordy and boring, and you will lose your audience before you could reach the bottom of your first slide. Was that a good presentation? Do not put everything. You know, people generally tend to. We all do that. Crime. Second big mistake. Many people do not run spell check before their presentation. Big mistake. Should not be doing. Nothing makes you look stupider than spelling errors. Please click on that red line and correct that spell check. Pretty easy. Avoid too many bullet points. Only bullet the key points. Too many bullet points and your key message will not stand out. Am I able to convey the message? No. Putting too much information on the same slide would make the presentation dull and boring, and people will not look at it. They will not grasp. They will lose interest if too much information is there. Bad color schemes and slide presentation. So bad color scheme and clashing font color can lead to distraction, confusion, headache, nausea, and lack of interest. Is this a good presentation? No. Data is a great way to present things on a particular presentation. But if we keep on putting a lot of data on the same slide, and makes people confused, make people lose interest. They do not comprehend what is being presented. Putting too many animations or transition on the same slide can make your slide look confusing, boring, distracting, and detaching. Do not overdo it. So what makes a good presentation? Actually, this was an interactive slide where you can, you know, actually put ideas on your phone and it will populate there. But somehow, because of connectivity issues, it's not getting done. That's okay, but we can still discuss about this. What makes a good presentation? Sir, avoid these mistakes. Yeah, as simple as that. But apart from that, there are certain other things. So can we have just ideas from you people? What can constitute a good presentation? My presentation is good? हाँ sir, अभी तो आप खड़े हो. Sorry? Informative. So the PPT has to deliver something. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप you came and you just went. There was nothing, no value added. So there must be something that you actually deliver, which people cannot find just like that. हाँ, ये स्लाइडों पे आप उधर क्या बोलते हैं वो स्लाइड शेयर पे गए राहुल सर पीपीटी ओहो यहाँ से ली थी हाँ okay. Authentic data could be there. Yeah. Precise. Very good. फालतू की बात नहीं, काम की बात करो. Very good. Emojis could be there. Visual aid could be there. There could be sound. There could be video. There could be pictures. There could be something to hang on to. Plain boring text. Introduction about the topic. So make people comfortable about the topic. Great. Fonts and colors. Yeah. Okay. So index could be there. If it's a long PPT, there could be an index so that people understand where we are on the context. Yeah, good. Sir, you were saying something. Theme, yes, very important. So theme should. पिछला वाला etiquette जब हम बात कर रहे थे तो my fonts were Comic Sans. You know, first time हम लोग मिल रहे थे. I need to build that rapport, but at the same time I need to make you more comfortable. उतना tight lip नहीं आदमी tie वाई लगा कर रहा है. But हाँ ठीक है बात की जा सकती है. Now it's times. Okay, plain simple. इतना दिमाग नहीं लगाया because that rapport has been built. So the context is important. The theme is important. Okay, great. So whatever we have discussed, let's just quickly sum that up because I've been given like 30 minutes to wrap this presentation up. But I'm sure we will be able to extract a lot of information out of that. So components of a great presentation can be concised into 3 domains. So one is content. Second is the person who's presenting. And the third one is the engagement. So let's talk about the content first. What about the content? किसने बोला precise होना चाहिए, किसने बोला logical flow होना चाहिए, understandable होना चाहिए, interesting होना चाहिए, देख के मजा आना चाहिए, हाँ, ताकि वरना आप engage नहीं रह पाओगे. So what we are saying is the context. That's very very important. किसको present कर रहे हो, वो क्या करने आ रहे हैं इस presentation के अंदर, what exactly do they want from this presentation, that has to be clear. So know the purpose and the key objectives of that particular presentation. If I was delivering the same lecture to probably the faculty members, my presentation would be very very different. Hi Anna, if I'm giving this presentation to probably corporate world, this would not be the presentation. This is much basic because we are starting with the basics. So I need to understand why, who, and what exactly do they want from that. Audience, know the audience. क्या एज है? आते ही मैंने पूछा आप कौन से क्लास में पढ़ते हैं, कौन से प्रोग्राम्स में आप पढ़ते हैं. उससे पहले मैंने मैम से पूछा था कि whom I am presenting, how many are there, what kind of mental makeup they are from. I need to understand so that I can connect. Know their expectations, know their demographics, and know their psychographics, mental makeup and physical makeup. Clarity of content and deliverables. When we say clarity, it should be on the point. It should be in a language and in such a way that people are able to understand it, and the logical flow has to be there. ऐसा नहीं कि पहले कुछ बोल दिया फिर दूसरा कुछ बोल दिया. कभी देखिए मूवी ऐसी आपने कि वो क्या चल रहा है समझ नहीं आ रहा. There are 2-3 movies constantly, I mean 2-3 stories which are woven up and then we got confused. हाँ ना, अभी एक पीछे एक मूवी आई थी लूडो करके. Have anybody seen that movie? Exception, Inception. Yeah, that's like sci-fi movie. हाँ, वो तो मुझे वैसे ही नहीं पल्ले पड़ती. Dreams, yeah. Dreams के अंदर dreams और उसके अंदर भी dreams, and then I also dreamt. I also so dark, yeah. Tenet, Tenet. Yes, Tenet was like that wins the debate. Tenet was something that Matrix के बाद वही है मूवी जो मुझे बिल्कुल पल्ले नहीं पड़ी है. किसी को पड़ी क्या? नहीं ना, मुझे पता था. हाँ बोल के दिखाओ तो मैं पूछ लूंगा तुमसे. Third is clarity. So when we say clarity of the content, key deliverables and logical flow, then relevance. So we are talking about understandable and meaningful. So if people are not able to understand, मैं कितना भी अच्छा बना के लेकर आऊं, आप तक deliver नहीं होगा उसका meaning. Deliver something new or rare. आपको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि यार ये सब तो available है ना, इसमें क्या नया है. So there must be some sort of deliverable at the end of it. So that will keep people hooked on. Back with the data, make it more credible. When I give you certain data points, when I give you certain resources, when I give you certain references, that makes it more credible. You tend to believe it more. So if I say a research says 80% of your success depends on your etiquettes, that research said that, suddenly you tend to believe what I said. अब ये ज्ञान नहीं रह गया, अब ये research हो गया. So whenever you are presenting something, make sure that you are backing it up with some sort of research or some sort of data. Grammar, spelling, we all know that. Presentation, so it's a choice of color, font, theme, animation, transitions, pictures, data is very, very important. Do not overdo it, do not underdo it, right? Just the right kind of mix. And what's the scale of right kind of a mix? Once you look at it, you will know. We all know that this is not working. Yes. So when we use that colored slide, we all knew that it's not working, man. Too many font colors and neon color background. Avoid unnecessary complexity, use of great visuals. A picture is worth 1,000 words. It's very, very important. So be very clear about what you are trying to depict and infuse a variety of content. Make it interesting, make it creative. I was not able to show that creativity to you, Slido. Otherwise, it would be, how do I put it? It would be like really interesting when that you text it and then start populating all those and word cloud generates. It's great visual appeal. Nonetheless, no, that's okay, sir. That's okay. Is that required? No, yes. If you want to experience it, it's okay. I can do that. Okay. Yeah. Just give me a, ma'am, can I take that laptop? Thank you. Sorry, no LAN port, sir. नहीं होगा, कोई बात नहीं. Let it be. कोई problem नहीं है. You could experience this. It's a great tool, Slido. So go to the slido.com, create a ID for yourself, and you can use that in your presentations. It'll help you develop opinion polls. It helps you run what's a word cloud, and काफी सारी चीजें हैं. You need to experiment with it. Okay, getting back. And the person, second. So appearance important. हमने पहले भी etiquette में discuss किया है. The kind of colors I wear. I have a blue suit. I have a pink suit. I have different color suits. I wore black because that make me come across as a reliable person, as a powerful person, right? What kind of tie I should be wearing? What kind of shoes I'll be wearing? What kind of belt, ghadi, chashma, everything, you know. So attire is very, very important. What kind of hair do I have? What kind of beard? Should I be having beard or not? You know, it all depends. So attired and groomed appropriately. If you are sporting a beard, make sure it's trimmed. Make sure it is groomed, right? If you have long hair, make sure it is either tied up properly or at least combed properly or parted properly. Make sure it is nicely looking. Welcoming and professional. Posture, confident. Not gonna work. Not gonna work, right? Swaying, showing you back, not gonna work, right? So you need to understand what kind of stance you are showing to people, what kind of posture that you are showing. So area coverage, yes. Have you noticed that I have been covering this entire area? Yeah, makes me more approachable, makes me more connect more with you all, right? Yes, if I would have been standing there and delivering, I would not be able to connect. So if the space permits, if the situation permits, do cover the area. You know, make sure that you are making eye contact with everyone present in the room. Body language, body movements, gestures and hand movements. आज हम ये सारी चीजें कर लेंगे. बहुत अजीब लग रहे हो सर. आपका शोल्डर ऊपर हो गए हैं, जैकेट खुल गया है, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. So आज हम ये सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं. Make me come across as more confident and open up at the same time that theatrics is created. Yes. Gestures, hand movements, eye contact, and of course, smile, make you look more confident. Mindfulness. So you should be able to understand what is going through. Somebody just yawned. And I understand, अभी heavy हो रहा है, मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक जोक लेकर आना पड़ेगा, वापस जगाना पड़ेगा ना, हाँ या ना? Body cues. आप lean back कर रहे हो, lean forward कर रहे हो, eye contact किधर है, देख किधर है. There are so many cues which are there. You need to be mindful about that so that you can connect again immediately. One of my friends was not connecting with me, and suddenly I approached. हाँ, और क्या चल रहा है? Win him back. Okay. Courteous, encouraging to participate. Preparedness. Know your content, tools, devices, and location. Had I known that this would not work, would I have put that Slido? No, despite the fact I used that theatrics, I was not able to come across. So, पहले से पता करके रखना better है. Rehearse and practice, yes. And lastly, engagement. Hook early. They say the first impression is very, very important. Not the last impression, of course, but yes, that is very, very much there, very close to it. So make sure that you are making a great first impression. You are hooking onto people, and there is no better way to hook onto people than humor or emotions. So open with a cheerful smile or a joke or something that grabs their attention. They feel comfortable when you are joking around. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कुछ भी नहीं. That has to be subtle, but that has to be humorous or emotional appeal. So hook early, start with a interesting attention catcher, use of humor, emotion. In most of my corporate presentations or corporate workshops, I start with a riddle. एक पहेली पूछता हूं मैं किसी ना किसी से, उनसे, and then everybody, you know, वो बच्चा सबके अंदर होता है, that hooks on. वो नए नए ideas आते हैं वहां पर, and then everybody suddenly opened up. So you could also do that. Ask interactive things. You know, whenever next time you are giving presentation, ask a question to your teacher. Ma'am, what do you think I should be doing? And then suddenly you will see she would lit up. Everybody would around her would lit up because you are engaging. Build credibility quickly. Talk about yourself. I did that. I do that. Not overdo it, but to make sure. Why did they read my profile? He has 2 decades of experience. Suddenly you understand this guy knows something. टाई लगा के आने से कुछ नहीं हो जाता भैया, right? इसने ये चीजें किया. Probably he would be able to deliver something to us that makes sense, right? So build credibility and projection. Do I come across as a non-confident guy? No. Do I come across as arrogant guy? No. Confident, right? So when we say big voice or good projection, it should reach at the check. कमरे में जो सबसे ज्यादा दूर है उसको सुनाई दे रहा है ना, बाकी सबको सुनाई दे रहा होगा, right? Show confidence, eye contact, body language, confident body movements, posture, smile, act friendly, natural, and avoid fillers. अगर आपने अपना कंटेंट अच्छे से पढ़ा हुआ है तो ये कम होते हैं, right? कोशिश कीजिए ये कम रहे, जितने कम है उतना बेटर है. Next time, whenever you are watching a speech of probably Narendra Modi or anybody, you know, the world leaders, see how many fillers they use, how many these fillers they use. You will see that they do not use these fillers. They practice so much. Context, of course, be on time, clear conclusion. At the end of the day, people should be able to get what you were trying to deliver. So for that, what you do, use of interesting examples and personal stories. Nothing connects better. मैंने कितनी stories बताई? मेरे दोस्त की बताई. हाँ? वो पैर छूने वाली. Suddenly people start visualizing. We have that kind of a brain, right? Connect अच्छा होता है and then the message get across. और ऐसा नहीं होता कि वहां पर ऐसा होता है. When I say Ford में ऐसा होता था, probably आपको लगेगा कि हाँ ये सिर्फ story है. But when I say मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, then you can relate it better. Yes or no? So use those personal stories. That goes a long way. Make audience think and participate. I asked questions, you answered, and then you engage yourself. Room for discussion and ask questions. Make it interesting. It should feel like a journey. कहाँ से शुरू हुआ? क्यों हम इस बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? क्या कर सकते हैं? Last में हमारे पास क्या key takeaways हैं? So it should be a journey. At the end of the day, मेरे हाथ पे कुछ तो आना चाहिए ना. 2 घंटे खराब किए इधर बैठ के, क्या आया? So that has to be clear. Of course, have surprises and unexpected bits. Nothing engages people than a sudden surprise. I give you an example. I was doing this masters in Bangalore. I told you earlier. We have a annual day. We call it transcend. Onam wale din usko karte, somewhere in August. So what happens is we have a cultural competition. Every state has to present themselves. You know, we have like 20 minutes to represent. For Rajasthan, everybody was like coming and performing and going. For Rajasthan, what we did is some people are performing, and then suddenly there was ये निकलती है ना हमारी शिव और पार्वती की वो यात्रा को क्या बोलते हैं? गनगौर की जो झांकी होती है, तीज की है गनगौर की जो झांकी होती है. And then we had everything, and the students entered from the exit, and then we came across right in the middle of everyone, and then they got up on the stage and started dancing. We got the first prize. Nobody was expecting, and suddenly there was like वो पुष्प वर्षा हो रही है चारों तरफ से ना. We made sure that everybody is around, and then they're throwing petals and all. Done. Nobody was. We have taken them by a back. ये क्या हो गया? ऐसा तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं था. So those things go a long way. Meeting the agenda, whatever we try to deliver, stay on that and make sure that is delivered at the end of the day. So as you walk out, tips for great presentation. 1, know your audience. कौन है? क्या है? क्या करने आ रहा है? क्या चाहिए उसे? Make sure that you know all that, right? Engage very early at the start of the presentation. Make sure that you are engaging with them. Next, know your content and practice again and again. Focus on relevant material and information. Unnecessary चीजें डालोगे कोई फायदा नहीं. People will lose their interest. And keep it simple. My presentation, no colors, no font, no animation unnecessary ka. Keep it simple, right? Focus on the idea. So singular color themes and fonts will help. Something might go wrong, so be prepared for that. Slido nahi chala, show to chalna chadega na, to theek hai, hum baat kar lenge, right? So you need to be prepared for that thing. Engage with the audience, so interact instead of monologue. मैं बोलता रहता, मैं भी थक जाता, आप भी थक जाते. अभी हम लोग बात कर पा रहे हैं, it's easier. Maintain smile and eye contact, and lastly, use theatrics and hand movements and coverage of the entire workable area, so that you are able to create that drama, voice modulation, body movements, and look and feel confident. Never lose that confidence. Agar kuch cheez gadbad ho bhi gayi hai, bounce back, because you have already thought it through. No, I was listening to this Abhishek Bachchan once in an interview. He said, somebody asked, you all are performing on stage और आप इतनी जगह वो करते हो, कभी होता होगा ना फंबल कर जाते होगे, कोई स्टेप भूल गए, ऑफ बीट चले गए, how do you manage? So he says, we know that this could happen, so what we do is I start clapping. So everybody is dancing around him and he's trying to engage. वो कितना natural दिख रहा है कि वो डांस स्टेप नहीं भूल गया है. He's like cheering everybody up, yes, 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 and then get himself back and start dancing again. Never let people know that you have fumbled, right? So stay confident and always be on time. Start on time and end on time, because everybody's time is important, right? So thank you so much for this. There are a couple of readings that you could go through. Thank you. आप रख लीजिए सर. Thank you. Hello, sir.
Busy schedule to take time for this wonderful session, and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Your words help us enhancing our personality by applying all the basic etiquettes that you told us to apply in our day-to-day life. And thank you for sharing your presentation skills with us, so that we can this can gonna help us in our further presentation competitions and our corporate life. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words and valuable time. Now I request Dr. Amit Vyas sir, to give a certificate for appreciation to sir. I like to ask her.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Preeti Gupta ma'am to sum up the today's sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aditi. Good afternoon, everyone. We finally come to the end of the day one of this youth development program on personality development and interview skills. किसी से कभी सुना था मैंने, खामोशी से बनाते रहो पहचान अपनी, हवाएं खुद गुनगुनाएंगी नाम तुम्हारा. Both the resource persons of the day, Shri Gaurav Sharma and Dr. Rahul Agarwal, have given you numerous insights to incorporate not only into your personal self, but also to be inculcated within you in your day-to-day lives. A very famous quote says, you can learn new things at any time in your life if you are willing to be a beginner. And if you're actually learning to like being a beginner, the whole world opens up to you. With this thought, I motivate you all to keep on attending all the sessions with utmost sincerity, punctuality, and commitment. You are really going to learn so many new things which are going to be valuable not only in your personal lives, but also in your corporate lives in future. And I think you all have learned something valuable today to take back with you. And we shall be beginning again at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So be punctual, be on time. Thank you, and all of you have a good day. Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you, Amit sir.